Gonna run 13, and today today I had my plans ruined a little bit up in my area. Spring just doesn't want to cooperate, so I had some plans to get out in the woods today and also get some live firing done and get out on the range. So that fell through today because it is just downpouring on and off all day, and it is freezing out. Absolutely cold. So everything cooperates, I'll get out tomorrow. But today I want to do a video. This might turn into a two-parter, try to get it done all in one. But I want to talk a little more about some self-reliance techniques and ideas, say in a bug out situation during a SHTF scenario. If you have to bug out, or any other kind of self-reliance situation, if you're out and about, on camping trips or hiking or whatever, and you could get lost and displaced. So basically, I want to go over something that is extremely important when you think of a bug out. Shelter, food, water. These are extremely important things that you need to, cover and have access to. But one of the most important things is what I want to talk about today is fire. Some SureFire ways of starting fire. And by SureFire, I mean a lighter isn't SureFire. A lighter doesn't guarantee you fire. Not saying I'm really going to go over SureFire things right now, like say pretty much if you were to take a flare, you pretty much guarantee fire at that point, or any incendiary device or something like that. But I want to take some things that you could keep in your bug out bag or may have on you at the time and try these things out here and kind of give you an idea of what might work and what doesn't, for some people who may not know. So that's what I want to go into today, and it's basically show you some ways of getting a fire, starting a fire. Now, as far as starting a fire, it's obvious why it's so important to be able to have access to the fire during, say, a bug out situation, and that is because you can purify the water, cook your food, heat, warmth, many different reasons why you need fire. And really, the big one is for morale. Just having that fire, that light at night, can change the way you actually feel and think about your situation, can help you out a bit. Plus, it will keep away animals, depending on where you're living. You could be in bear country, in mountain lion country, or whatever. It will help deter animals, not always. But those are some of the importances on, touching on these different fire ways to start fire. So why don't we get into it right now and kind of go over some ideas that I have laid out here. Some of these ideas also, or some of these items also, you may have seen in my bug out bag review and stuff. Now, everything I have here is something I have started a fire with. Okay. Now, not everything cooperates right now for the camera, so I'll make the best of it if I can, go ahead and get some fires going with these items. To start off, I want to talk about tinder. Best tinder is natural tinder. I've always said the best bird nest to use to start a fire is an actual bird nest. Some reason the birds really know how to build a nest and weave the fibers to a point where air can flow into it best to spark a fire. Also, I find out cattails work really good, and such. But we're going to go on some stuff that you may be carrying in your bug out bag. For one thing is your cotton balls dipped in a petroleum jelly, which is very good. Used it many times to start a fire. These are all man-made things, so wet fire doesn't get any better than this, wet fire. You keep those with you. Cool thing about these is you start it and get your fire lit, you can put these out and reuse them again. Plus you can start fire on water with them. Wet fire, that's what it's called. Very, very good. Dryer lint doesn't get any better than this. Dryer lint will start a fire very easy. In fact, that's what I'll probably be doing most of my demonstrations today. And also I usually carry some of this is a actually steel wool. This really takes a spark pretty good to start a fire. In fact, I'll start off with the steel wool right now for my first demonstration, because if you look over here, I am carrying a 9-volt battery. And a 9-volt battery, when you connect with steel wool, starts a quick and easy fast spark. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate this real quick just to kind of show you. Just touch the two connections together and you get an immediate spark, of which you can go ahead and get your fire going right there. So we'll get that one out of the way. That is very easy and quick. You know, if you have a 9-volt battery and steel wool on you, you never know. Okay, some of the other things I like to use here are, you got your lighter and your matches, of course. I recommend, if you do not smoke, I do not smoke, carry a lighter with you all the time. Very useful. Waterproof, windproof matches, keep them with you. Not guaranteed fire, but it'll be a very close, I'm gonna show my garage here. I hope that doesn't hinder the light at all for this, but I was getting a breeze coming through. Anyways, so if I am in frame right here with this, I will start off by taking a, we'll go with your simple magnesium bar. This is a good tool made because you can scrape the magnesium off on one end and make a fine powder and put it onto your tinder, and that will help better ignite it. This one's a little worn down, but still throws out a good spark. A lot of times if you open up and let the air flow into your tinder, will help it work also. Got to be persistent. Trust me, it works. As you can see, it's getting a spark in there pretty good, but this thing is worn down a little bit. I've got some new ones. I should have probably brought out the newer ones. But let's go ahead and try using a fire steel. This I got from a company called firesteel.com. It was like $4. And these are pretty decent, actually. And they throw. Also, a key thing to use is make sure you got the proper knife to throw a good spark. So right there you get a good fire using the fire steel. And trust me, with the magnesium bar, it's just as effective as that. I'm going to go ahead and try using this scraper on it from the fire steel. It's throwing a much bigger spark. Now remember, I'm using the magnesium bar without using the actual magnesium. It's basically the same thing as a fire steel, a Ferricone bar. And you got your fire going right there with that. Also, so these are two proven things right here. And of course, you've got another little smaller fire steel. And what I like to do with these, as I put this out, is I like to take all my knives and I like to tie them up with paracord and sneak them in somewhere on the sheath. That way I always have with my knife a fire option. Okay, moving on. Now I'm not going to use any of the other tinders here. I just want to stick with this dryer lint. These are pretty cool. These are like blast matches. This is called the Little Sparky, or the Sparky, and it's a pretty cool little device for starting fires. So let's go ahead and it basically works off the same idea of the ferrochrome rod in there. But let's go ahead and make sure I'm in frame here. Instant fire right there. They've got the full-size one also, but this is the Little Sparky, so it's nice and small, you know, portable, so you could go ahead and hide that pretty much anywhere. Get a good knife. Usually the back end of this little cheap Gerber knife that I love beating up on is usually pretty good with starting fires with these fire steels, but did not work that good on the actual using the actual magnesium bar. Sorry, kind of blinked out there for a second. But we'll go ahead and use this knife using the fire steel again. It's not throwing that big of a spark. Usually it does, but I beat up on this knife pretty good. But of course, instant fire right there. So really guys, these are just some tips and ideas to get out there and use. I highly recommend for starting fires, guys, but also I recommend the primitive ways of actually using sticks. Fire with sticks, be it with the bow method or the bow drill method or the spindle method. You know, there's many options. Try using it that way. You know, so if you know you can start a fire, you know, using stuff out in nature, but also try to keep some of these pieces with you in your bug out kit. They will start a fire, as you can tell right there, with pretty easy use, or with ease, not a lot of you know, time and energy and calories spent trying to start that fire with this stuff. So anyways, gonna run 13. We wrapped this up in one video, so we'll get out some videos to you again soon. Talk to you later.